We go to, sadly, here we go again.
We suck again!
Just after a week up in Canada, after a dude likes Phil Pretty
Excuse me, it's ma'am!
ended the lives of his mother, his brother, and 10 children at a local school,
Hold up!
it happened again.
What?
This time at Rhode Island,
It is ma'am!
at a local hockey game.
What the fuck?
I'm Jasper Gonzo on this, and yet you will have these liberal
It's really hard.
defending pieces of shit just like this,
It's true.
all the while going,
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
as society burns down. But it's what's next. What's up, everyone? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. And I'm sure some of you are, and some, yeah, not so much. Just after a week up in Canada. Remember Canada? Remember the dude likes Phil Pretty woke up one day, went downstairs and bumped off his mom, his stepbrother, and then decided to go out to the local school, shoot up the place, injuring 25 and ending the lives of 10? Yeah, but according to the sheriff, he was more worried about pronouns. And of course, the Liz put their hands up and say, "There's nothing to see here. It's just an anomaly. It really doesn't happen." Again and again and again and again. But we fast forward a week later, and now we're up in Rhode Island, where it happened again at a local hockey game, ending multiple lives and injuring multiple people. But of course, the libs will die on this hill. There's nothing to see here as society burns the fuck down. But here we go. This coming from the post-millennial. I'm going to read you the initial story first because, of course, there is an update. A youth hockey game in Rhode Island turned into a crime scene on Monday after a domestic dispute erupted in gunfire, leaving 3 people dead, including the suspected gunman. What I initially said 2? Did I say 2? I might have not mentioned that. I said multiple. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. And 3 others injured, according to Associated Press. A law enforcement source told local news may have been dressed in women's clothing at the time of the shooting. That would have been, well, whatever. The shooting happened at Dennis M. Lynch Arena in Pawtucket during a matchup between Coventry Johnson Co-op team, Blackstone Valley Schools, including St. Raphael Academy, Providence Country Day School, and public school districts in North Providence and North Smithfield. According to local news, family were in the stands when the shots rang out. The gunman was reportedly the father of a North Providence high school senior and shot 5 members of the student's family. Wow. While a sibling of a student died at the hospital. Pawtucket Police Chief Tina Conglaves said that the 3 people injured are in critical condition. A source with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, the ATF, told Fox News the incident was a domestic violence situation that escalated into a murder-suicide. Of course, this coming from the police chief.
Tell you right now is the Pawtucket Police received a call at about 2:30 this afternoon that we had an active shooter at Lynch Arena. Upon arrival, police were met with several people obviously inside the arena, and there was 2 casualties within the arena. The suspect was confirmed as one of those casualties. Later on, we learned that another casualty from the shooting was at the hospital, that they succumbed to their injuries after being at the hospital, and there is 3 additional victims at the hospital that all are in critical condition at this time. It appears that this was a targeted event, that it may be a family dispute. We cannot release the names of the victims because obviously we want to speak to the family and make sure that the family is well aware of what happened before we release that information publicly. We had assistance from multiple police departments that came in to assist, to offer their assistance. Obviously the Attorney General is also there with us now going over the crime scene. We had several people in the building, so we are talking to them, so we're trying to put together the story and the timeline of what happened.
Okay, now we go for the update. So let me get back up to the top of the story. Of course, breaking news, trans suspect in mass shooting at Rhode Island hockey game identified as Robert Roberta Dorgan. 3 people have been ended, including the suspect. 3 others were hospitalized after shooting at the Rhode Island hockey rink. Pawtucket Chief Tina Conglaves identified the deceased shooter as a 56-year-old Robert Dorgan, who also went by the first name Roberta and the last name Esposito. Yes, because that's a woman.
So what I can say right now that we have identified the person, the suspect, by a birth name. The birth name was Robert Dorgan. We have also learned that the person does go by the name of Roberta, also uses a last name of Esposito. But again, that will be all confirmed throughout the course of the investigation as to their status. That really doesn't have anything to do with the investigation.
Boom. It doesn't have anything to do with the investigation. Does it? Does it now? Okay. Police identified, this of course comes from Redux off of X. Police identified the suspect responsible for the horrific shooting at Lynch Arena up in Pawtucket. Robert Dorgan, who also went by the name of Roberta, shot 4 family members and killed a family friend at a youth hockey game, killing 2 and injuring 3. But then again, once I say, let me repeat myself, that's a woman. On his X account, Dorgan wrote in response to the post saying that Sarah McBride, of course, Tim McBride, let's be realistic here, is a man. Dorgan wrote, "Keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk." The post came one day before the shooting. Adding no, off of X, "Keep bashing us, but do not wonder why we go berserk." The Pawtucket mass shooter at the school hockey game is confirmed to be yet again a trans mental douchebag. On his Facebook account, Dorgan frequently posted photos from the gym or with his motorcycle. Again, let me keep repeating myself, that is a woman. He wrote about being transmental on social media, including the post of a guillotine over a urinal, writing, "Probably a lot cheaper than 66 grand. I'll tell you," and writing in response to a post telling the transmental people not to be scared away from starting a family. Transmental woman, 6 kids, wife, not thrilled. Per local news, Dorgan's mental illness, played a role in his multiple family disputes over the years. In 2020, Dorgan went to North Providence Police Department reporting that he had been recently undergoing a sex change surgery and said his father-in-law wanted him out of the house because of it. And I see no issues. I don't really see any issues. Dorgan claimed that his father-in-law threatened to have him murdered, by an Asian street gang if he didn't move out of the residence, and said, "There's no damn way a tranny is going to stay in my house." The father-in-law was charged in connection with the incident. However, the charges were later dismissed. Around the same time, Dorgan's then-wife, Rhonda, filed for divorce. Gee, I wonder why. She initially wrote gender reassessment surgery, narcissistic and personality disorder traits under the section for grounds for divorce, but crossed that out later for some unknown reason and wrote irreconcilable differences, which have caused the immediate breakdown of the marriage. Of course, let me get this last one in. This comes from Jack Pasovic off of X. Roberta Dorgan was not a Paso fan. Of course, he wrote in a previous, this was January 14th, Gillibrand says Hexeth means women. Gillibrand says that this is a woman, which of course we all know it's not because it's Dick Levine. And then of course he chimed in with, "Jack, your little panties are twisted because you hate what someone looks like. Grow up." Of course, that came from Robert Dorgan.
Often called like niche, queer things niche.
What?
30% of young people identify as LGBTQ+. So
Are you retarded?
I'm like, I'm sorry, this is not niche.
Total bullshit.
You tell really specific stories about like cis het people.
Because you're wrong, okay? So shut up.
Well, I'm not calling that off-plot niche.
It's not a rhetorical question. Are you retarded?
Thank you.
Stop it. Get some help.
How many times? Again, it's like it's serious. This is like this is like Groundhog's Day. It keeps repeating itself over and over again. How many times have we seen the mental retardation of these people, of these guys, of these dudes that like to feel pretty on display for everyone to see, and yet you got libs turning a blind eye, media turning a blind eye. No. We must celebrate it because it's stunning and brave, not because it's mentally retarded. No, we can't go there. How many shooters? What are we up to now? 10 at this point in the last 5 years? And it's just going to keep going. You think, no, this can never happen again. And yet it happens again and again and again and again. But no one wants to address the 1,000-pound pink elephant in the middle of the room. It's mental illness. In my opinion, it's demonic. It's absolutely demonic. When you think you're something else, and then you allow that identity to take rule over you, because of course that's what Satan wants, and then go off like we saw in Canada, or go off like we've seen in Rhode Island yesterday. It's sad. It's pathetic. It's absolutely ridiculous on levels You know, it's, when's it going to stop? Seriously, when is it going to stop? When are you going to finally address this, media? When are you going to finally address this, libs? It's not the conservatives. It's not our side. We know what it is. We know it's mental illness. We know it's demonic behavior. We know what it is. And we have no problem throwing it out there. But you libs want to continue to die on this hill. You know, no. They're just people. You know, they just identify themselves. They're in the wrong, but they were born in the wrong body. Don't you understand? Why are you such a bigot? Why are you such a hater? Why are you such a transphobe? Continue dying that hill. And yes, more people will die on that hill. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.